71% of the calls reporting alleged maltreatment are not acted upon by counties in Minnesota. That's about 22,000 children a year who would get a visit from a child protection worker to see what's going on and aren't getting that visit in Minnesota. If we were an average state in the U.S., we would respond to almost 40,000 of those cases. So there's about 22,000 kids a year somebody makes a report on. No one goes out to see what's going on. They don't do an assessment or an investigation, which are the two ways they can respond. And what's happening to those kids is they'll get reported again and again, and more damage is done in that period of time before someone finally goes out to take a look. All that time that passes between those reports, that child is not in a good situation. Something bad is happening to the child. They're being severely neglected, they're being abused. The data is in the computer system. It's just a question of getting the state to track it and to make it public. And there's a reluctance to make that kind of information public for whatever reason. So each one of these situations where it's important to get information out to be more transparent has tended to be a project in itself. For example, we found that 80% of the children were re-abused after they were under the supervision of the court. We also found that almost 30% of children had the same list of risk factors when the case was closed as they did when the case began. And that the average number of times children were placed after they got in the system was 4 times. These were indications to us that the system was not working well, particularly the fact that children continued to be abused after they were under court supervision. Research that has been developed since the 1980s that if you implement nurse home visiting with high fidelity to the model that's working elsewhere, that you will cut the number of children that get in the system, child welfare system, by 50%. Legitimately, in the sense they won't need child protection services.